Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are doing Hazbin Hotel because spooky season is over early because just life has gotten in the way with losing my mom in August and just life sucking pretty much. So spooky season has ended early this year. I apologize that spooky season sucked this year. Anyways, we are doing Hazbin Hotel, which is Alastor's ex-wife, which is wife listener. Where you were Alastor's wife in the thing, but you left him because you realized he was a serial unaliver, and you ended up dating Vox while he was Vincent in the human world before you all ended up in hell, and now you're all up in hell. And Yandere Vox and Yandere Alastor are rivals for you, the love of their life. This is the Headcanons and a small intro to how you met them and stuff. So let's do this. But first up, the disclaimers. Disclaimer: Vox is bisexual in canon, while Alastor is asexual. Asexuality is a spectrum where some people can enjoy the physical act of the adult fun time, while others are repulsed by it. Also, asexuals can have adult fun time interests and high libidos. The drive to to have the adult fun time attraction. Asexuality is a lack of adult fun time attraction, and you still can do it. Some people, even if they are not attracted to someone, can choose to have the adult fun times. Take gay men who had wives and kids. They are still gay men, even though they chose to do it with someone of the opposite sex. Adult fun time is like playing tennis. It is a physical act. You don't need to like it to enjoy it, and you don't need to like it to just do it, even if you do not enjoy it. You are a sinner. Disclaimer: you are a sinner demon. Your poor taste in men is not the reason you ended up in hell. Disclaimer number 2: it is okay to simp for fictional characters who are the bad guys as long as it does not hurt people IRL. Vox and Alastor are bad people and belong in hell. It is fine to simp for them, just don't say they are good people or XYZ for XYZ's reasons. One was a cult leader and the other was a serial unaliver. This is fiction and no one was hurt in the process of making this. Disclaimer: Alastor and Vox are Yandere rivals in this. They are not Yandere in canon, then this is just. And Vox sees Alastor as a rival, while Alastor tries not to see Vox as a rival, but he kind of does. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional characters and Yanderes is fine. Just do not be illegal or gross about it. You know who you are, you dirty flaky biscuits. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life. Also remember to separate fiction from reality and headcanon from canon. Thank you. Now let's do this. Alastor and Vox had both loved you in their human lives. You had started as Alastor's wife, divorcing him or leaving him in general because of his serial unaliving. Then there was Vox, and you felt like you belonged somewhere with him, but really it was a cult. You ended up in hell because no one you knew that both men did very bad things, and you never turned either of them in, turning a blind eye to their sins. And this ended up you sinning yourself because you turned a blind eye to it and kept it to yourself. In HE double hockey sticks, you stayed out of the spotlight and lived a pretty much normal life. That was until a certain TV demon found you, you being his ex lover. Sorry, tongue twister. Your ex lover Vincent, now Vox, had his eyes on you once more. Vox was obsessed with you in his human life and seeing that you were the most amazing woman of his life. And when he did pass away and end up in HE double hockey sticks, he was certain that you ended up in heaven. He was shocked when he found you on social media, Voxtagram, using your human name, first name, last name. He would be the type to stalk you on all of your social medias, and has Velvet help him keep an eye on your friends, who you were friends with, and if you were on any dating sites. You did end up on a few dating sites, and he was quick to shut down any possible dates to get to get any and all men or women away from you, or any non binaries as well, to make sure that no one could be alone with you. He was even manipulating it so that he would be the one to match with you so he can meet you in person to have you once more. Vox made himself so powerful, and he is the type of yandere that uses every screen and every camera to keep an eye on you, which is just him high key stalking you. He is a very controlling yandere that needs you to be his and his alone, and he is willing to do whatever it takes to make you his and his alone. You were his woman when you were alive, and he sees it as the same way in hell, where you once again are his and that you belong to him, even while you are both in hell. He is a very entitled yandere who feels like he owns you, and he is entitled to your love, and he sees it as him deserving you and your love. Sorry, I had a hair in my ear. Really gross. When Alistair is back in the picture after his 7 year absence, he comes across you as well, and he is very pissy that Vox had time with you when he did not. He knows that he is better than Vox, and that he is the best man for you, as he was once your husband. But you did not get a choice in the matter. Of course, you do not get a choice in the matter of Alistair's obsession with you. You left him once, and this time he is going to he is not going to let you leave him again. He knew he would be he knew he would end up in hell, so he made a deal with Rosie to be the most powerful center in HE double hockey sticks. He did this because he wanted you to be in his life, eh, to be his wife in life and death. If he were strong enough, would not lose you or have anyone steal you away from him, and you would force to stay with him by his side. He is a yandere that needs control as well and would not stand for the overgrown. Sorry, I wrote that wrong. I wrote overgrown idiot Vox to try and steal you away from him. He does not see Vox as a rival, but still, Vox is very much one of the few people that can get Alistair riled up. Again, with Vox, he sees you. He's again with Vox, he sees himself as winning you over to stick it to Alistair, showing that he got you in the end, and that no one else could try to be with you but him and him alone. They both are rivals, although Alistair says that Vox is not a rival and is nowhere near being his rival. Sorry, just misspelled words. Okay, they are both they are both very petty yanderes and rivals, and they would be willing to humiliate each other to make sure you are theirs and theirs alone. Vox would run smear campaigns on Alistair, saying he was such a horrible husband and a lousy lover. Vox is a yandere who would publicly humiliate his rivals and loves to shame them openly. So he shames Alistair for being a husband who failed so much that you left him in your human life. Although Alistair does, sorry, I read that wrong. Alistair does not take kindly to this. I gotta take out that word one sec. Alistair does not take kindly to this, and would make sure that Vox knows he crossed a major line, and when he was trying to steal you away from him. Alistair still needs you as his wife, and that means he is going to. Sorry, I read that wrong. Alistair still sees you as his wife, and that means he is not going to let that idiot box piece of poo Vox have you. They are both willing to start a war with each other to make sure that you end up with one of them and not the other. They would also unalive any other rivals that try to come into the picture. They are both yanderes that believe they are in the best, that they are the best man for you, and you would be the best wife for them. They were both willing to go to great lengths to keep you by their side, and nothing will get in the way of them having you. Come hell or high water, one of them is going to make you their wife. Anyways, time for the scenario summary type thing. You had no choice but to leave your husband. You always wondered Where he would go on his supposed hunting trips, it was his unaliving cabin. You found a body of a wealthy man who had been missing for some time, along with various other bones and trophies that Alistair has taken from victims. Alistair had taken them because he had been unaliving all these people, and you realize just how terrible your husband was and that he was a serial unaliver. He can he could not you could not face the shame of people knowing that you were married to the devil of New Orleans, and you could also not stay with them. So you packed up your bags and took off your red and wedding ring. You set it on the table with a note telling Alistair you knew about his satanic murder a cabin and that you will not stay in a marriage where the man you had once loved was a serial unaliver. You tell him that you would take his secret to the grave, but he would lose you at this point. Alistair had been enraged so much that he flipped the table. If you think you would be able to that you would be allowed to leave him, you had another thing coming. You are sinning and by not turning him in for the crimes that he committed. So he would find you in HE double hockey sticks and make you his bride once more, where he would have where he would be the most powerful demon in all of hell. 1 week later, he made a deal with a demon to ensure his place in hell, and when that day finally came, sorry, my tongue autofilled, sorry. And the very next day, Alistair was unalived, being assumed to be a deer by a hunter. Unfortunate for him. Anyways, but what you did not know was Alistair was waiting for you in hell, and he was a very patient man in Yandere after all. For you, you ended up meeting a man named Vincent who was very handsome as well as very charming. Of course, your poo taste in men was no good, and a decade later you learned that Vincent is a cult leader and you had to leave him as well. Unfortunately, after Vincent passed away, you were hit by a car and were unalived as well. Now in hell, with both men still in love with you to the point of obsession, and one of them being your ex-husband and the other being an ex-boyfriend, you you hope that they would not be able to find you, but they will find you again because neither of your exes has given up on their obsessive love for you. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see, and I will do my best to do it. I might make this a mini series. Comment below if you would like to see a part 2 or official part 1. Comment below. And now, Patreon and membership outros. Let's do this. Thank you, Miss, for being my first and original membership for YouTube and stuff, and being in the highest tier, which gets the shout out memberships. I appreciate you, Miss. You're beautiful, stunning, and handsome. Thank you, Miss. And thank you, Shadow Demon 6869, for being my newest patron in the Witches, Warlocks, Mages tier, along with Pumpkin Toffee, who is also in the Witches, Warlocks, Mages tier. You're both beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Thank you. I appreciate you both. And thank you, Gav, for being my first and original patron. And thank you, Throwback, for also being a patron in the same tier as Gav, as the Queen King's Majesty tier. I appreciate you both, and I hope that you both enjoyed this as well. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this, and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye bye. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro baseball bat. Welcome to the secret outro, and the secret outro question of the day is: would you smash or pass a threesome of Vox and Alistair where they were fighting for your attention? 100% would smash that threesome. And who do you prefer more, Vox or Alistair? Honestly, I'm leaning more to Vox personally. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed, and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye bye.